Yo, welcome back to Sipp City Podcast for another week. And for another week, we going through the same shit that's going on back out here in these streets. We got protesting, and we got the unfortunate killing of another young brother. But we gonna get into that. I want, you know what I'm saying, we got everybody sitting in here. You know, it's your boy Terrence, most with the host. We got, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying,
what did you just say?
The most with the
The
host.
most with the host.
I said the host with the most.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Y'all know what he said.
I
Y'all
said
know what he said.
I said the host
For
with the
sure. What it do,
most.
bro?
You dig? Now you saying we got the old school over there, Mister the baddest man alive, Mister TEZ. What you say about the Caprion?
In the motherfucker house.
Black Lives Matter
All the time.
at all time.
Yes.
What day we on in the protest?
We at day 21 of the protest. Day 21 or 22. Keep protesting. Keep our voices heard. This thing gonna stop. Let's keep it moving.
All right, then you got the young gun sitting right there, looking fly, looking fresh.
Sir, what
You
it
know what I'm
do?
saying? You got
What it
that
do?
boy, Mister D White, in the building. You dig what I'm saying?
Sip City Podcast, we coming. Hey, tell your baby mama, your mama, everybody that you know, follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. Goddamn it, subscribe on YouTube. Hit the comments. We need topics. We need people to come on the show and bless us with their presence. You feel me? Especially at this troubling time. I know y'all got something to say, so come on, fuck with us. Cause y'all know we fuck with y'all. You feel me? And shout out to everybody who been protesting, man. That shit was a wonderful. And of course, I got my people on my live encouraging people to continue to wear their mask. Of course, my guy Ted's over here with the motherfucking hand sanitizer for y'all nasty motherfuckers. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? We just staying safe. You know what I'm saying? Watching out for these lame ass police. You feel me? Hey, listen, if you're in a situation where you got a police officer in your presence, you better watch that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if he on duty or off duty. Watch these people around you, bro. That's all I gotta say. You feel
I
me?
feel you. I feel you. Look, man, take precaution. Protect yourself at all time. Well, you know, we just had another killing. Rashad Brooks,
That shit, hey, ain't that shit
Atlanta.
just getting like
They
that
doing too
shit
much.
getting like too it's too frequent that we just saying this shit tonight. It's just so easy to say. Like, up, we had another killing.
That's the reason I said it like I
That shit
said.
I
crazy,
mean,
bro.
we just numb. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you have all these different emotions. You know what I'm saying? But here we go again. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
There we go again. I mean, but I said it like that for a specific reason, to try to draw some type of attention that this shit is happening too frequent. You know what I'm saying? It's like we protesting, we riding. Don't get it twisted. That all that shit is good. But man, we gotta figure out a solution to this shit. I mean, I gave a solution what a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Even a little bit last week, where we kind of maybe need to segregate and do our own. But I also gotta say, as far as you know, what I'm saying, being within the black community, that we gotta have a little bit of healing amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, because we don't necessarily forgive ourselves for the things that happen within our own community, but at the same time, you know, we quick to bash others that's not basically standing with us. And I watched Plies say something like, why do we have why can't our voices be heard without somebody else co-signing us? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else got to get in with our cause before they hear our voices. So is it that our voices are just not heard, or our voices not loud enough? What you guys think?
They don't respect your voice in and of itself on its own. They may respect, you know what I'm saying, somebody got money, but who are you? You know what I'm saying? But if the people come together, you know what I'm saying, on one accord, then you can make change. You know what I'm saying? Like what's happening now. I'm loving the protest. You know what I'm saying? Keep protesting. Keep marching. You know what I'm saying? The people say, what is this marching gonna do? What is it's keeping it in they face, front and center. But what's the next step?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We can delve into that later.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, as far as just the protesting and everything like that, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's time out for the bullshit. I'm sick of seeing, you know what I'm saying? Whoever getting killed in the street by police brutality. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said earlier that the guy brought it on himself. You know what I'm saying? And you made the point, D. You like, well, when is uh, assaulting a police officer? Does that make it? Is that a death sentence?
That's basically what they defense is. Like,
You know what I'm
damn.
saying? The man running away, and you had to shoot him in the back. Why? You could have caught him.
You and y'all gonna catch
Don't catch him.
Got his address. Had his license. You know what I'm saying? Man was compliant for 20 minutes.
You done patted him down. You know he ain't have any weapons.
Done did a field sobriety test.
You know what I'm saying? So only thing he took was your taser, which is a non-lethal weapon.
And then
If he would have even threw the taser at him, he would have shot.
no, he didn't have to even discharge the taser. Cause they was just shooting even before he fired the taser off. Cause you gotta think about it, the man got shot in the back. You dig what I'm saying? They was already shooting at him. He turned back, fired the taser. If you watch the video to its entirety, and then he turned again to keep running, and that's when the bullets hit. I'm gonna say, as far as the two motherfuckers that did not have the physical capabilities of actually catching this brother, you a pussy. You a pussy. I'm just saying what it is, man.
Okay, I'm getting like it's my time to talk, cause I'm saying, and I'm tired of people using this same excuse about black on black crime
Null and void.
things that we do. And the thing is, even if it was in the neighborhood, you understand what I'm saying? And me and so and so get into a fight. Matter of fact, they just say two niggas jumped me. They jumped me, but and pull their gun out and kill me. What the streets gonna say? You don't think the streets gonna be like, hey bro, you ain't had to kill him, bro? Even the streets gonna say that ain't gonna fly. Hey fam, you ain't have to do that. You feel me?
Right.
So regardless of how you feel about black on black crime, because my thing is, I expect my enemy to do certain things. I don't you don't understand, like, and it irritates my soul when people do that, because they don't understand how it is. Like, they don't really understand how it is being black, being a black man in a black neighborhood and in unfortunate circumstances.
To break it down, whenever somebody says, but y'all killing each other,
Mm-hmm.
what about black on black crime? They only saying, okay, so if y'all killing each other, it's okay for us to kill you too.
That's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it. And then in the same sense, it's like we don't value each other's lives enough to where they would
That
value
ain't what
lives.
it is. That's not.
I'm just piggybacking off what Ted's saying.
I feel you, but that ain't even what it. And people who think like that, I just hate that you think like that, because it's not where you. That's really not where your energy and where your brain should be really accepting. Like, you cannot let this man off the hook. No matter. I don't care if the guy was drunk. I never knew that the penalty. There's a book of laws, right? And for every law you break, what is there? A penalty.
Correct.
Being drunk in the drive-through, there's a penalty for that. And is it death?
No.
I heard somebody say, well, he was trying to fight the police, assaulting a police officer or assaulting a law enforcement officer, period. There's a penalty for that. I wish I had like a computer where I could look up these facts so quick so I can figure out what's the exact penalty, but I know for sure that it's not death. Can we all agree to that?
No.
correct.
You can be, like I said, you can be just, matter of fact, I done seen people just in the middle of the street, butt naked, just doing, I done seen crackheads and people that just drunk and doing butt naked, just, guess what? There's a penalty for that. Like, if you can't do the job, you should, there's a penalty for that too. You feel me? When you not qualified for the job and you not doing your job how you supposed to do it, there's a penalty for that. But why do we always have to face our penalty, but they do not? There is no, it ain't, we're not saying that the guy wasn't wrong. He was wrong, but there's a penalty for what he was doing. And the officer killed this man unarmed. So guess what? There's a penalty for that. And that's all we need to see. You see what I'm saying? I really want to go back to an eye for an eye. You know what I'm saying? That's really the only thing that could satisfy me. But I'm gonna just speak for the people. I don't want to speak for myself. Cause if I was speaking for myself, it'd be a lot of different emotion. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, that's, you know, you have to, and then we are forced to check our emotions at the door. But they want us to be meek about a situation that if it happened to them, they'll tear this motherfucker up.
Well, they didn't even have it to happen to them, and they told this motherfucker up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They always say America is so great, make America great again. America's never been great.
And it's, and let me just shed some
And for
light
y'all
on
that
everything
don't
here.
understand, when you say make America great again, that's spitting in a black person's face.
And let me shed some light on the whole situation, cause it's getting the cops getting too much attention. Like, the protest is about police brutality, but it's a lot of other stuff that this protest is also about. It's about all the social injustice. Like, we ain't just pissed off cause the police killing us. We pissed off just cause we've been being oppressed for over 400 years. It's the oppression. Like, they just putting a label on, like, oh, they just out there mad because a cop killed a black dude. No, that's just what initiated the fire. What we really mad at is all these years of oppression. And if you okay with that, you good. Stay where you at. Stay in the house. You ain't gotta agree with nothing. But these people that's out here fighting to come up out that oppression, you can't knock that. So if you knocking that, you a lame. You a straight lame and you weak. If you against fighting your oppressor, a motherfucker that's had their foot on your neck for over 400 years, and you just okay with it?
Y'all sit down.
It's
Now.
not about police brutality.
That's
It's about the
enough.
whole motherfucking picture.
That's enough protest.
Man, come on, man. Y'all gotta open y'all eyes. Y'all think this shit about black, white, and police brutality against a fucking black man. This shit way bigger than that.
It's time to go back to normal.
Cause guess what? Somebody just hold on. I know you.
No,
ready
you-
to do
no,
some
you
other
straight.
shit.
You straight.
Somebody just brought this up in the fucking comments. Somebody said, let's talk about these lynchings. Motherfuckers still getting lynched. And you talking about police brutality? Y'all talking about what a black on black crime? Y'all talking about a drunk man, a drive-through getting killed by the police? Y'all think that's what this all about? It's about that and way much more. It's about 400 years of our ancestors getting hung from a tree, and they just laugh in your face like it's all good. That's what this shit about, bro. Don't lose the effect of the big picture. It's about oppression, man. We gotta come out that shit, man.
And please don't tell me that police officers don't know how to show restraint. We see it time and time again
Well, there's a mass shooter around this
when they
motherfucker.
interacting with
Dylan Roof,
uh, a white suspect. They,
This
mass
motherfucker-
shooter in Nevada.
Motherfucker that killed 30 motherfuckers. And he get, where he going?
he going to he ain't even finna get whooped.
They took him to
When
Burger
they
King.
When you take your mug shot, he ain't got a scratch on him.
Took him to Burger King.
Took him to Burger King. We get pulled over for a tail light
And we did.
and get skull fracture or dead. You're lucky to get skull fracture.
They just like this cat right here. out there in California. I don't know if y'all remember him, Christopher Dorner. You
I
remember?
heard that.
You remember
I
that?
heard that name. Yeah,
Christopher Dorner was a LAPD officer.
he blew the whistle on the.
He blew the whistle on a female officer where they went to go pick somebody up because she kicked him handcuffed,
Mm-hmm.
and they fired him behind it. And he vowed vengeance in a manifesto. And I'm getting this from Dave Chappelle YouTube special called 846.
Great motherfucking.
Off the chain.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
If you ain't watched that, go watch it.
I'm telling you, doing yourself a disservice if you had. But the man go out there and he vowed vengeance in a manifesto and say, I'm gonna do everything y'all just did to me to the police officers and their families. He ambushed some police and killed them. Killed the police officer's daughter and took him on a chase. They had to find him. Now, when they find him, it's estimated to be over 400 cops that went up there, and they Swiss cheesed him like Dave Chappelle said. No questions asked, no nothing. Bah, 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 put holes all in his body. That was a black police officer with military training. Dave Chappelle asked, why does it have to get to that before the police say, well, that was wrong? But yet, you sit out here and you kill our black men, black women, black children. And now that we're saying it's wrong, which we've been saying has been wrong for years, but now we actually putting action behind the wrongs. That they're animals. They're thugs. If they loot, we're gonna shoot. All these little statements that's being made. I seen a motherfucking Facebook video where you had a white man standing on the neck of another white man while it was a Black Lives Matter situation that was going on. And he's screaming white power. Just like they did George Floyd.
Well, you know what this reminds me of?
What does it remind you?
This reminds me of the KKK, how they would terrorize black people, hang them, torture them, go in your house, brutalize you. And now, if one happened to get put on trial,
He walks.
he walks.
Walks. Slap on the wrist. It was just another nigga.
Yeah. So now, all these police, to us, it just looked like the KKK is reincarnated.
With a
You
badge.
just changed uniforms.
That's deep. That's deep. Because, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, this is how we feel.
Let me just be honest with you. All you police officers that go out here and get these jobs because you were bullied in school and not because you got a badge behind your name, you think you can go out here and bully other people? I ain't saying that it need to be that way, but your ass need to be changed. Drastically, you need to be changed. Because just because you was bullied, now you want to go out and bully, you want to get revenge on motherfuckers? You got something wrong within yourself if that's the way you want to do it. Just be honest. You need to fix yourself. I'm just being honest with you. Like I say, remember I said a couple shows ago I was gonna do the shirt. Don't try me like I'm some type of sample. Don't try me. Don't come up on me like you got them going to Dunkin' Donuts and they done came out with a motherfucking goddamn chocolate cover caramel filled motherfucking donut. I'm gonna bust your ass. Try me.
We got a question for you because you got some people here who did not catch last week's episode. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What's the solution? Starting with you, my guy to my left.
Solution. We gotta come. We have to become unified as melanated people. We have to become unified. If we don't create unity to be able to come through and change the economic base of what we're literally should be fighting for, because equality is one thing, but the economics is what's keeping us down. They're not gonna pass out that type of power, but we need to take that type of power. And I'm gonna quote Mr. Farrakhan when he say this: "We don't have the testicular fortitude to come together like that because we have made a deal with the devil because we want the devil's money." But when I say we want the devil's money, we want what they gonna give us, not what we need to be taking. That's when I say it like that. Judeo Christian Mercy always says that it you you should not conform to a sick society. You shouldn't conform to a sick society, and I'm paraphrasing that, so to speak. But if you can conform to the society that we're in, and the society is so sick, you part of the problem too.
And can I say something real quick? Because we had a young lady, Lord bless her heart. She just proved to me why we are the way we are as black men. Because she stated she is afraid of her own black skin.
Mm.
It
Mm.
may be true as a young black female, but as a black man, if that's what you saying, then you cannot understand how it is to be a black man. Because I'm scared of a white man with a gun. That's what I'm scared of. I ain't scared of my own black skin.
Is she on the live right
She
now?
on the line right now. I am not
Ask
scared
her
of my own
if
black
she's
skin.
watching right now. I want to
I'm
ask
scared of
her.
a white man with a gun. That's what I'm afraid of. Because guess what? I could be thinking I'm just getting pulled over just for any little reason. Guess what? I'm dead.
This is
Just
what I
that
want to do.
quick, and you never seen it coming.
Well, what she needs to realize is this: her black skin has done nothing to anyone.
What this what I want to ask, and I want to come back right back to you. When I want to ask her a question is, when she says she's afraid of her own black skin, is she speaking of herself in general, or is she speaking of her people
Her
because
people.
her
Everybody,
people?
yeah.
Okay, what makes her so afraid of her own people? Is it the stigma that has been put out that's so dogmatic that all black people are bad, or is it that she's been in certain situations to where her own people have wronged her so bad that now she can't trust them? And then I go back to you, T.
I'm listen. Because if you think a black man would do you bad, it doesn't matter how a white man will do you. You see what I'm saying? If a black, I don't know what you experienced in your life, but whatever your own skin has done to you, trust me, the other skin will do you 100 times worse. These are the type of people that have actually cut off the Johnson of another man just because of his skin. These are the same people that hung your father, grandfather, and forefathers in a tree and from a tree and gather around laughing and pointing. Like he just said, these are the people doing the George Floyd massacre. I'm gonna call it a massacre because it was just so traumatizing. Make a joke out of it by kneeling on another white man's neck and putting it all over the internet like it's a joke. This, you telling me you are not scared of that? You scared of us? I mean, you scared of your own skin, your own people, but you're not scared of that? Something ain't right. Because they don't paint that picture. That's what it is. They don't paint that picture out there. They just paint what we do. You see what I'm saying? They just paint that so and so just robbed the store, but they ain't. What?
They ain't
Somebody just got hung from a tree. And how much publicity did it get?
they ain't pointing out how a motherfucker out here manufacturing opioids, and they don't call it an addiction. They call it a crisis. So they got to find a way to fix it. But then they sit down and they literally put crack in our hood, and now it's not a crisis.
And you listening to the same people like that was
They
saying that
devils.
shit. You know what I'm saying? No, it ain't. I'm talking about you got the same black people who was against that shit back in the day. I remember. I don't remember, but I see. I watch a lot of documentaries and study a whole lot about history, especially American history and what we actually been through.
Hmm.
I remember during the crack epidemic, you had so many people that was saying those exact things. Man, they putting crack in our community. Man, they doing us bad. It's the government doing it. And you had black people like y'all crazy. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. That's y'all doing it to y'all self. Until 30 years later, when the facts come out, you looking stupid, but you still listen to these type of people that have this same mindset about what's going on today.
Hmm.
You got the people that got their eyes open to what's going on, but you got these same group of people who got what a whole different agenda. This is all I'm saying. Whatever we doing, we gotta come together with it. And I've been saying that for how long, Ted? If motherfuckers out here shooting motherfuckers, we all gotta get on that shit. If motherfuckers out here being peaceful and protesting, we all gotta get on that shit. If motherfuckers out here voting, guess what? If motherfuckers say, listen, this is what the wave is, we vote. We all gotta be on that shit. You can't be halfway in, halfway out. If you scared, stay your ass in the house. This
First,
ain't for you.
Go ahead, T.
The first thing to solve the problem, that was the question that was asked.
Right. What's the solution?
What's the solution to, I guess, police brutality, the killing of unarmed black men? The first solution is the police cannot police themselves. Get rid of internal affairs. You cannot have an internal affair investigation that I'm investigating my buddy.
I came from the same department, so now yeah.
So who you know? Oh, this my guy right here.
That's it.
Look out for him.
That's the first thing. The second thing,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to stop criminalizing the black male. Everybody's not a criminal, and even if I am a criminal, that's still not a death sentence.
Agreed.
The third thing is to de-escalate. Police come on the scene, and instead of de-escalating a problem,
They escalate the
they
problem.
come in and just try to kill the threat or whatever they perceive as a threat. You know what I'm saying? Instead of coming to find out what's going on, de-escalate. Lethal force in all the years that I've been known to, what I know about law enforcement, lethal force is supposed to be the last resort, the last option.
They talk different nowadays.
And now they're talk different. I seen a police officer tell me, you know what I'm saying, they trained. I said, what about shooting a person in the leg or something? They trained to shoot in
Center mass.
center mass.
Same way the military is. Send them ass.
But this what I'm saying.
But you're killing your own
You can't.
citizens.
And this is the thing. And I think this is what's going to get. This is what's going to help the problem. I'm telling you, because throughout history, black problems don't get fixed until they become what?
White problem.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Black problem. Would y'all agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Black problems does not get fixed until they become white problems. And I'm gonna tell you what. If y'all have been paying attention, I know it's kind of hard to pay attention to everything with everything that's going on, but other countries, you know, we are part of NATO and our allies. You see what I'm saying?
North American Treaty Organization.
All these countries that we are inside of trying to govern them.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to govern other countries, and these countries looking at it like, hold on.
You can't even govern yourself.
You this how y'all treat y'all own
How you
citizens.
treat your own.
And you think I'm gonna let you come over here and do
you
this
in
in mine?
my country trying to tell me
That's
what
why
the-
they do it, because they know that America is hypocrites. They know this.
But
These countries know it.
But America is going to have to fix this because of the relationship they have with NATO. You know, NATO is a peace group.
And look,
It's a
I don't
peace
know.
group.
They coming out with
They ain't gonna fix it.
they coming out with this
Telling you.
crime bill. In the next few days, they're supposed to be addressing this police brutality problem. But if it comes with anything, if you come with the pacifier, we ain't going. We not going. Don't come with no Band-Aid to try to fix this problem. This thing needs. My brother made a post on Facebook.
Who that? Triple Bean.
The local newspaper.
Shout out to Super Dream. Triple Bean.
The local newspaper seen it, or I don't know if he posted it on their thing, whatever. They published it in the paper. He said we need to burn this whole motherfucker down. I ain't to that effect. They posted it in the paper. Okay, you get so riled up about somebody thinking somebody gonna come burn your property or burn your building, or you think somebody gonna come in your house. Look, we talking about burning down the system. Burn this whole fucked up system down that you have created
Come with it.
to keep us
Come with it.
motherfucking down.
Come
this
with
is
it.
what we talking about.
That's what it.
It
You-
needs to be dismantled.
The system has to be broken down before there would be any.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
The system has to be broke down before it would be any change. As long as you,
Somebody said Band-Aids don't fix bullet wounds.
hell no, it don't.
I'm trying
Nigga,
to-
pressure don't even fix bullet wounds if they hit you in the right spot.
Shit.
You dig what I'm saying?
They
So-
were factual statements. I appreciate that.
you know what I'm saying? But my thing is like this. Now I'm just gonna keep it honest. This system, it needs to be dismantled, but they not gonna do it. No matter how much what we got going on right now, they're not gonna distribute the economic powers that they have to the people that needed to be, because they are not wanting to give up their seats. They promised us 40 acres and a mule. Did they come through on it? No. They promised us voting, but the moment they gave us voting, they started finding ways to take it away from them. Incarceration. Motherfucker can't even go to the voting booth because motherfucker was lynching, sending the KKK out to him. You vote, you die.
Gotta be able to read.
You know what I'm saying? You got to read. You got to be this. You got to be that. If you a slave, you can't go vote. They started the moment they gave it to us. They started to try to find ways to take it away. We've been marching and protesting for years. What is it? I mean, truth be told, what has it really gotten us? My honest opinion is stop asking for equality and take your superiority.
And that's why a lot of black men looking real weak right now, because I just had a female just come in on it live and say, we gotta be ready to die behind what we believe in, like them other countries, man. If you ain't really ready to die about this shit,
Ain't no sense in doing it.
Do you really believe in it though? Like, how can you say, man, this is what the fuck I want?
I
You
actually,
ain't ready to put shit on the line.
I told somebody the other day that why do I want to continue to live in a place that don't respect me?
you don't know
First of
nothing
all,
else.
They not gonna respect your kids. They gotta come up with this same bullshit. They're not gonna respect their kids. We just keep rolling over. You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to continue with the bullshit?
You don't know nothing else.
I don't want to live here. Now, what we can do, we can take this $1.3 trillion
A spending power.
of spending power that we have, not
That was
over
into
5 years, not over 10 years, every year.
tell you something.
Hold on,
You
what? Come on, educate me on that.
$1.3 trillion is what the black community. This was in 2017. It was estimated that we spend in commerce $1.3 trillion on commerce. This was in 2017. So now you realize we're in 2020, so inflation, we spending more. So we have that much spending power. That's why you used to always hear like Mr. Farrakhan and certain individuals say, take your economic power away. Same way with your voting rights. Take your voting away. Don't go out here and say, I got to vote for the lesser of the two evils. Fuck it. They going to put who in office, whoever they want to. Because your president is not elected. They're selected. They're selected. Why? Because we're the popular vote. Now, some people would say, oh, if you go vote in local elections, that makes up your electoral college. It does. But these motherfuckers put who in office who they want to. That's what they do. Just like we spoke on that shit a couple shows ago about Cindy Hyde Smith.
You know I'm going to disagree with
Well, I know you are, but I'm just saying. Like I say, Cindy Hyde Smith, down here in the state of Mississippi, the great state of Mississippi, how they say it, I'll be front row at a lynching. She went up against Mike Espy. How many niggas voted for Mike Espy? Did he get in office? No. Because why? Mississippi is a red state, and they want that red to stay red.
But did you vote? You can't say.
Yes, the fuck you can.
No, you
Because it
can't.
don't matter.
If you
Watch
didn't-
this, though.
If you didn't go vote, then you can't say that.
Let me say something.
You can't say
Let me say something right here.
And then, especially when she said she would sit front row and center
At a lynching.
and you still sat your ass on the pool.
So let me ask you something. Let's look up logistics on this, sir.
Oh
You
my
don't-
God.
Hold on.
If that don't,
Let's look
we're
up.
not worried about logistics.
Oh, you got to.
We're not worried about logistics.
Let's look up logistics.
We're worried about going and to the polls and casting your vote. Like if you don't want to vote
My
for the
people ready to go
president,
fuck some shit up. Who
or
ready
if
to
you
go
don't
shoot
want
some
to
shit
vote
up?
for
Who ready to
a
go to
national election, then that's fine. But you
Okay.
cannot
Oh, God.
continue,
Oh,
especially in Mississippi, especially in Mississippi, where they still the damn Confederate flag is the state flag that's flying over the state capitol that's done killed how many of our ancestors?
Once again, I'm gonna give you something on this too.
That's flying over the state capitol.
Let me give you
We
something.
gotta look at these reminders every fucking day.
Let me give you something, sir.
But
You talk about.
won't go to the damn poll.
Wait a minute, hold on. You talking about a flag? You talking about a flag? That is a symbol. But when you start running to tell people, "Oh, well, the flag it did this to us," no, sir, that's just a symbol. But you also have to understand what the symbol symbolizes.
Hate.
By who?
Man, come on, man.
We having a dialogue here. The hate by who? The white for the blacks. But what also flag you got that hate the white over the blacks? Your same American flag. The American flag has done more harm than this motherfucking Confederate flag.
Ain't shit either. But one thing I will say about the American flag, if I said before, if the America lived up to its ideals,
their ideals are
the
lies.
Confederate flag is what?
It represents a whole different.
It just represents the South will rise again. That's what it did.
These motherfuckers burnt this bitch down because they said, you not finna come in here and tell us how to live our life. We want to have motherfuckers slaves. These motherfuckers killed. Brother against brother. Uncle against uncle. Son, you know what I'm saying? Dad against... This how motherfucking shit went down, man.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Since saying it like that, why would you want to be equal with some monsters like that? Why wouldn't you want to, like I told you, stop asking for equality and take your superiority?
I ain't asking for no equality.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You like voting rights. So go on down there and be equal with them and vote.
Equality.
Go on down there.
That was established before.
What you want right
before
now?
I was here.
What you want right now then?
You know what I'm saying?
You want.
This is we, like I told you before, we got integrated into this
Why?
system. We didn't ask for it.
Wait a minute, hold on. Why did we get integrated into the system that we sit in right now? Because our ancestors, the ones that went out and marched, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with marching and protesting, whatever, because it's all part of the solution.
I need y'all to apologize to my military people.
Okay, I get to. Let me get to that for a second.
What we say about
Hold on, wait a minute.
About the American flag.
About the American flag?
Well, I mean,
What's
hey,
bad about the American
I'm gonna be
flag?
honest with you. I ain't gonna apologize because the American flag has done more worse. You look at your national anthem and you got a stanza in there that talks about slaves, but they don't put it in because they want you to be patriotic. But now, go back to this right here, what we were just actually talking about. Why are we integrating into the system that we into? Because our ancestors, the same one that marched and protested for the right to vote, integrated us into a system of devilment because they wanted equality. When
I don't think so.
Listen, my guy. Dr. Martin Luther King.
But they thought, we gotta defend. At that time, they thought equality was best for black people.
Wait a minute, true. But hold on, wait a minute.
Listen,
Wait a minute, hold on.
Let me. We were shut out of every opportunity.
We had our own
Even
at that time.
when you get your own, what they do, they come in and destroy it.
Wait now. Wait a minute.
Even if you got a thriving community, were you economically sustainable on your own?
Okay.
They bomb that bitch.
You just knocked your beer over. That's why I tell you, don't be so emotional. Use your logic.
They bombed it.
Yeah. They came in. That was one of the biggest massacres on this on U.S. soil. But do you realize even before Tulsa, Oklahoma, they had another Black Wall Street? What I'm saying is like this right here. Even Dr. Martin Luther King came in and said at the end of it to Harry Belafonte and said, I fear I am integrating my people into a burning house.
Burning house. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So guess what? Once again, I'm going to quote Mr. Farrakhan. The house is still burning. We just don't see it.
Mr. Farrakhan is just here to see the after effects. I'm pretty sure when they were fighting for back then, they really didn't expect this. They thought they were doing what was best for the people.
Yeah, I'm not knocking that now.
We can't say that they didn't have the best interest at heart.
Right.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Because you got like we're looking at
you can look
we're
back,
looking at Oklahoma.
yeah, if they would have seen where we at today, they would have been like, no, we don't need to go down
You
this
got
path.
we got to take away what we are now. We got to really put ourselves back where they at. Not in Detroit, not in New York, not in Chicago, not in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You got to put yourself in where you at right now, which is poor ass Mississippi. How the fuck could you even imagine having a dream or having a goal or wanting to be anything in life in Mississippi in 19, I'm gonna say 50,
You couldn't even see
1960.
it. 40. You couldn't
Like,
even see
it was like a whole like you didn't even think past Mississippi or probably the country town that you in. You think that is so big because you started discovering new things about what the fuck you around.
Then don't even mention, man, back in this hot Mississippi sun. You know how hot it is now. You got ancestors out there picking cotton.
So let's just okay.
Free labor.
Let's go to the next step. So you try to go to the places where opportunity is, which like I named those cities.
Chicago,
Yeah,
one of the
you know
main
what I'm saying?
ones.
You go there and try to make a better living for you and your, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't kind of blame them if they kind of get caught up in what's going on with what's providing for them. You see what I'm saying? This going to work and working for a white man. You know what I'm saying? This what's feeding your family right now at a time where just 3 months ago you didn't know where your meal was coming from.
But
You was
then-
just
but
in
then
poor
don't-
ass
but-
Mississippi
but then don't get
in
it-
a
but-
fucking
but-
shack with
but
no
no,
AC.
But no, hold up, wait a minute. Don't get it twisted. Even with Black Flight, or even when everybody was going up north to Chicago, to New York, to try to get up there and do better. When they got up there, they faced the same thing.
But they didn't
That's
know
where
that.
you get all the ghettos from.
Yeah, but
You
they
know
didn't
what I'm
know
saying?
that. They thought they was in better living. You know
of
what I'm
course,
saying?
they wanted to get
it was
away from
better
this.
living. It was better living at the time. So at the sense, it's like it's a step up. And you know what I'm saying? We constantly made steps up throughout history, and it's just okay now.
Yeah, we've been very.
Once you get so close to the door, like it's like okay, we trying to get to the door, and we getting so close to it, and now it's like we stuck at the door. It's really time to kick that bitch open. We at the door.
Now I'm gonna give you two scenarios on that one. Coming from your standpoint, because I know you. If we get to that door, they gonna turn around there and move the door, so we ain't at the door no more. Now what D's saying is kick the door open. I feel him when he say that because he's of the younger generation. Like Dave Chappelle said, I'm proud of what the younger generation is doing because they actually putting foot to ass at this moment. But also, I'm gonna give you something else. Speaking on my brother Rashad Brooks, even though he had a taser or whatever, like y'all say, that didn't warrant a murder. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you got these police sitting out there against non-violent protesters. They're shooting off pepper bullets, pepper spray.
Damn, boy, that was a good point you just made.
And guess what they doing? They say it's non-lethal, so it's
all
not
good.
to hurt them.
It's all good.
It's just to bag them up. So that's fine.
But as soon as a motherfucker pull a taser out on that ass, oh, I'm scared for my life.
No, you ain't got to put no taser out. The moment that you square up with a motherfucker, pop, 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 pop. So, what are we really asking for? Are we asking for equality? Are we asking for justice? Because equality, we see they not going to give. Justice, they damn near don't want to give. That's why we still, day 21 of the protesting right now? It's their system.
I don't think that's why we day 21. I think we're at day 21
Because we want to be at the out
We tired.
because we're not going to stop until you gotta come to the table. You gotta come to the table, and all this like I
it's
say,
gonna
all
keep getting
this
worse.
shit
Think
gotta
about it.
come
We
to the table.
already. It's gonna get worse if y'all don't listen. White people.
mass incarceration.
White people. If y'all don't.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
y'all
I'm
don't pay
sick
these
of
folks no attention, they not. Listen. We not here to play with y'all, bro. I swear to God. If y'all want to go there, these folks ready because this ain't the 50s We got shit now.
We ain't our grandparents.
Listen, go through my neighborhood at 12 o'clock at night and watch what you hear out that motherfucker.
Watch this. I got one more thing for y'all. I don't know if y'all
Come
seen
on
this
with
right
it.
now. This right here was on BET today. BET, Black Entertainment Television. Guess what popped up on there?
What's that?
LBGT community say we can't do this alone. And now they taking the same fight that we going through with injustice and making it theirs right now. The same way they been using it for years. Especially when your boy Barack Obama was in office. But, watch this. They have now jumped on our cause again. Why they jumping on our cause? Because they finna make it their cause again. I'm not knocking them. But that's what they do. Same way we were talking about earlier. Why we gotta be co-signed by a motherfucker for our voice to be heard? Why?
The only thing I'm gonna say is about that is this: anytime you marginalize or you feel like you have the right to treat a certain uh, sector of society a certain way, then that's discrimination. Just call it what it is.
And we all
You
discriminate.
cannot I don't look if you LGBTQ, you know what I'm saying. You deserve the same rights and the human. I don't have no right to judge you.
But the
You
difference
deserve the same rights.
the difference
Whether
is
they
though, Ted.
piggybacked off us or not, I don't care. We should want to piggyback off us, them to piggyback off us, not taking the focus away from us, but just let it be known that hey, we're not gonna be treated like a second-class citizen
That's
in
what
this country.
and that's what they say. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking them, but what I'm saying is like this right here. One thing about the LBGT community or whatever, you don't know that they're that way until they show that they're that way.
First of all,
We're black.
My fault.
Our shit is shown from the moment we hit a door and walk into a street. We don't have no choice on that. They have a choice to be that way. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I say they shouldn't jump on our ship and make it their cause. Now I'm not knocking them. Do whatever you gotta do. But once again, we can't change the color of our skin. But they can change the sexual orientation. That's why I brought that point up. Just like when you
First
look
of
at
all-
racism, white supremacy. They hate us. Why? Because of the color of our skin. Not because of the people that we are, because they don't even know who the fuck we are. They walk up on us, all they see is another black man. Hold your purse. Because you black. It's all because of that. So when you start looking at it like that, it's like, well, goddamn. Like in the Plies song, Equality. He say, all black people ain't bad, all white people ain't good. And we run with that mantra. All of us ain't bad, but they look at all of us as being bad. So guess what? I'm bad. All white folks ain't good, but at the same time, now what we'll say is, we got some good white folks. They out there marching with us.
Every topic, we don't care how sensitive it is. But first of all, ain't nobody watching garbage at BET. No motherfucking way. Unless the motherfucking BET was on. So I know
And that's
nobody
garbage
see that
too.
garbage ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So fuck BET, cause I ain't watch BET. And I don't know how motherfucker long, so I wouldn't know what the fuck the LBG community doing. They on that motherfucker. And second of all, you know what I'm saying? I kind of see both sides, but we need as many people we can get. If you listen, I don't give a damn. Cause guess what? We gotta keep that same energy, cause you got a lot of motherfucking racist motherfuckers who done jumped off.
You got a lot
You got a lot of
of people
racists.
that
Hold
feel
on.
marginalized.
You got a lot of racists who out here who done jumped on our cause and made our cause their cause too. Now
You say
got-
racist?
you got a lot of racist white people who out here blending in and saying Black Lives Matter.
Race baiters.
You see what I'm saying? You got a lot. You got even Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is on. Man, I've been watching Undisputed, and I want to give a shout out to Skip Bayless because
I won't.
that motherfucker has been saying all the right shit. Not because hold on. Not because he really feel that way.
It's the right thing
He's
to say.
smart, man. That man smart. He know what to say, and he gonna save his face. So he done made our cause what? Let me get with this cause because this cause is gonna save my
Well,
face.
see, the thing-
All
the
these
thing-
big name
the
companies.
thing about it is, and like you say, when you do have those companies and the people, we'll say, okay, you just trying to do it for economic reasons, or you just trying to do it to save face. I don't give a damn what they trying to do it for. We need you. Just like Drew Brees. Drew Brees say, okay, I stuck my foot in my mouth, but now I'm finna show you, you know what I'm saying, who I really am. I'm gonna be a voice for the cause. Okay.
I know who you
jump
really
on,
is.
jump on, God.
Yeah, he can jump on board, but let's not forget who the fuck he is.
We know
now.
who you is.
Come on
But
now,
you
we'll
can
use
jump
your
on board.
Oh no, before we can't. And then what I want to do is I want to do this right here. I promise you. Keep everybody keep these thoughts. Let's take that quick break, right quick, and we're gonna come back. I want to touch on that Drew Brees shit that you talking about we know who he is, but you could jump on the call. Fuck Drew Brees. We'll be right back. Sip City Podcast.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Time is what really dictates agenda. If you don't know what time it is, you might be doing the right thing at the wrong time and get not the right results. The question that we have to ascertain is, where are we, not in this time, but in God's time? There is a spiritual dimension to this problem.
Yes.
And that we have to consider. Are we working against what God wants? Or are we working in harmony with what God wants for a people that this book delineates clearly that something is wrong?
Yes.
Wrong with the government in which we live, wrong with the leaders that lead us, wrong with us in the way we respond to our enemy and each other. This nation is not about poor people, whether they're black, brown, red, yellow, or white. This nation is about rich people, privileged people, powerful people, and to hell with the weak, the poor. They must serve. Now, Harry Belafonte said a few weeks before Martin Luther King was assassinated, they were meeting to talk about the march in Memphis. He went over to his brother, and according to his words, he said, "Martin, you seem melancholy. What's troubling you?" And Dr. King said, "I fear that I am integrating my people into a burning house." We don't see the fire, but the house is burning. He said to my dear brother Harry Belafonte, we have to be firemen to put the fire out. I said, no, we must let the fire burn. When John baptized Jesus, he said, I baptize you with water, but there's one coming after me that will baptize you with fire. Why fire? Because nothing remains in its present form when fire touches it. America must be burned. Listen to me, because I really don't care no more about what anybody thinks. Because if we're going to go down this road and make a covenant, we can't make another covenant with death. You said, Tavis, what is that word about promise?
Barbara Jordan, what the American people want is simple. They want an America as good as its promise.
Well, America is no good at all. If you have made a promise that you don't keep, what are you? You are a liar. Did they promise the Native Americans? Did they write it in treaties? Did they fulfill it? Did they promise us 40 acres and a mule? Did they fulfill it? Brown versus the Board of Education. 50 years later, where's the promise? Is it fulfilled, or are we still in segregated schools? The right to vote, you got it? But the minute they gave it to you, they were finding ways to take it back from you. Can't you open your eyes and see the house is burning? We are dying every day, and we're in a hell of a condition because we've made a covenant with a government that is death itself, with a people that have lied to us, deceived us, and murdered us, and rubs us good on one side and kicks us in the behind on the other. You are a deceived people. If you don't have the testicular fortitude to say what needs to be said, then sit down and stop trying to say you speak for our people and the hurt of the poor. Now I close. Excuse me. I think I'm getting excited. I applaud this covenant, but it demonstrates our impotence, because in many of the chapters it keeps going back to not only what we do, but really we start looking to the same liar that has continued to promise but never fulfill. And that's why God said, if my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, forgive your sins and heal your land. So don't look to them, look to God, look to yourself, break your covenant with hell and death, then make a covenant with Black America, and let's help implement a road map that will free us, and the whites that will be freed can be freed by this. The Mexicans, the Hispanics can be freed by this roadmap. We are a universal people. But those at the top, they're on their way to hell. And if I got any power, I want to push them into hell as fast as I can. We are a full nation now, and we got to stop thinking like Negroes and colored people and shines and ham bones, and start thinking like free men and women who don't want to live on a plantation no more. I got to go. Love y'all.
You didn't get all that, even if you thought you did.
Whether you agree or disagree with him, he's profoundly frustrated, both with black people and with America and the world. I can understand that.
I quite frankly do not accept the notion that this doesn't belong to us.
You say you'd rather be respected because we talking about the differences of being what Jim Brown said is a high-paid slave versus being in slavery. Jim Brown said he quit the NFL because he realized that he was still being paid, or he was a high-paid slave being in the sports world. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm asking you a question. Would you rather go out there and work for free, or would you rather be paid?
Okay. To answer your question, Jim Brown was getting paid a lot of money, right?
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna say he was getting paid a lot, cause that's why he quit.
On those terms back then.
What he
was
said
getting paid a
was
lot of money.
that
compared to the average person,
Right.
he was getting paid a lot of money.
what Jim Brown said was
Average.
Jim Brown, after he left the NFL, Jim Brown went to Hollywood. He was making movies.
Jim Brown also started
Jim Brown-
American.
Jim Brown had things that he could fall back on. But now you want me to take Jim Brown's advice and say, do I want to be paid or do I don't not want to be
No,
paid?
no, I was just asking you a question in that, not in the sense of Jim Brown. What I'm saying is when Jim Brown said that I'm still a slave, I'm just a high paid slave. What he's saying is you still a slave to the system because your work as a taxpayer has been put on the backs of the world wars that we had, World War I and World War II. They pledged the work of the people to be able to repay those funds for those wars. And they recognized that. Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Lou Alcindor, they used that when they came in and stood behind Muhammad Ali. Right or wrong?
At the end of the day.
No, I'm asking you, right or wrong?
At the end of the day.
No, right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, at the end of the day, come on. At the end of the day,
Oh, you talking to me? I thought you going.
No.
At the end of the day, what it all boils down to is these guys, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't your average American citizen,
Black citizens.
black citizen. So they could step out there and be on that platform and say we can't do this or can't do that. They're like you got your athletes now. They'll sit back and say, hey, don't go to work. Social distance. You know what I'm saying? You sitting in a $1 million mansion.
But everybody can't do that.
But everybody can't do that.
if we're speaking of the current situation that we in, everybody is doing that because they actually are getting government assistance. That
Everybody's
makes
not
it.
doing that.
Everybody's not doing that.
So you mean to tell me we ain't got people sitting out here right now that pulling in just in the state of Mississippi $835 a
We
week?
got a whole lot of
No.
people still at work pulling
We got a
in
lot of people at work.
$300-$400 a week.
Why
True.
do you think the numbers are so skewed?
What you mean? What numbers are skewed?
Because more black people have to go to work. Only thing I'm gonna tell you this is all you have to do to find out the discrepancy in this society is look at one of your beloved NFL games, or look at one of your beloved NBA games,
Mm-hmm.
and see who in the stands.
Who in the stands?
You know who in the stands.
All of us is in the stands. We might not have those down low seats, but our asses is up top too.
We got them seats too, bro.
And then some of us got those seats too. True.
Courtside.
Not many.
Nigga, we
When
courtside. You
look-
crazy
when you
here.
look- No.
It
no.
depends on where you at.
Yeah.
Go to
Look
Atlanta.
around
Go to
the-
LA.
Atlanta.
Go to
The
LA.
Atlanta Hawk game. Them motherfuckers all around that motherfucker.
That's
You-
the
of course.
black city.
Exactly. So I expect a bunch of white people to be in Minnesota or Timberwolves. Ain't no niggas going to that bitch.
You got a lot of people in.
Ain't nobody going to them
New York.
Minnesota,
You got a lot
goddamn.
of black people
In New York,
in
look at them.
all
Look,
over.
look,
But
New
what
York.
I'm telling you is, we do not have that type of disposable income.
Go to a
The
Miami Heat
income-
You talking about the average, the base human being, the middle class.
It's skewed. It's skewed.
That's why I was preaching earlier. If they really want to make a change, it ain't about getting behind us. Disperse the economics the way it should be. Just like when you say we want reparations, we ain't got to necessarily have a number. Break this shit down and make it equal throughout. If they did that, we already know.
First thing first, and it just started the root. Okay, nothing will get fixed because the Constitution itself states what we are. What a black man is.
3/5.
3/5 of a human being.
Yeah.
That has to change first. First, we gotta be a complete human. First of all, like.
That's why we still fighting for equality to this day.
First policy, I mean, like, you gotta change that first. I think you gotta cut the snake head off completely. Okay, first of all,
Agreed.
um, and Barack Obama, I wish he would have did this. Like the first thing he should have changed, I think that should have been the first thing changed. Like period.
Mm-hmm.
Constitution should not state that a black man 3/5 of a man. Like that is complete.
Well, it has been amended,
disarray.
but it has not been actually.
Taken out.
Yeah, it ain't been taken out, but it has been amended.
That
And it was amended by certain amendments in there. I think it's 13, 14, 15, where it says that we are now equal as human beings. But in this, what you call economic system, we're still not equal. Even when you even just break it down to the gender force, the white woman is more powerful in the economic system than we are as black men.
But honestly, if we really gonna thrive economically, we're gonna have to we can't do it by ourselves because we don't really make up that much of the American people. Like
What did we say earlier? 1.13 trillion spending power.
Spending power.
But I understand that, but this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of people got they need help from other people. Like, okay, let's just say if I'm a black man, I got a business, I can't just
Tell
have
them your
my
business. Just for black folk.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's a hindrance. Like we still gonna be behind because guess what? How much we don't even make up that much.
Well, true.
And then guess what? That's gonna start. What really? That's how we got where we at now. You see what I'm saying? Because all we're gonna do is compete with each other. That's what we do when we all confined together in one project, in one neighborhood. We compete with each other and we try to bring the next person down because
Crabs in a barrel
of the competition. So if we take our economics and really just keep it black, I think that's a hindrance. I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of where I'm at with that, with that thought.
Well.
Because if you just limit your business just to black people.
No. Just to clarify. And this is the reason why we say buy black or things of that nature. Because we really don't own anything. When you get your check, you got to pay your rent, light bill, car note, buy food. All of that is going out to where?
the dominant society.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much to a white-owned corporation establishment. All that in the dough.
That because we don't buy, we don't really buy black.
It ain't about the.
But now because you don't even have anything established, first of all, where you can spend your dollar. Only thing and then this is what I'm gonna say to people: ain't nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur, getting out there, doing your thing. But selling fish plates, I don't consider you no black business.
Huh?
That's a black business.
That's a business.
That's a black business.
That's like a motherfucker selling face masks right now.
Keep going.
What happens is you're a hustler. Yeah. It's not a business.
So what do you classify as a business?
What you're doing is the people that are really in business, that are really trying to establish a legal entity or have already established a legal entity. You know what I'm saying? You are really taken away from them. Just say, hold up. Just let me clarify.
Damn.
Just say, for instance, if you got a black-owned business.
You got a Republican mind, don't you?
No, hold on. If you got a black-owned business that's paying taxes, that's got a retail spot, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's a restaurant, and you on the corner and you slinging plates out your crib, you taking away from that business.
No, it ain't, because that business had to start somewhere. That motherfucker didn't just hop straight to the restaurant.
Have you ever heard of sole proprietorship? Have you ever heard of sole proprietorship?
Somebody said, what is pins? Somebody always check your ass. Wow, fuck with y'all. Check his ass. What you call pins then? Cause they right on the block.
On the block slanging. Them motherfuckers got a fish plate trailer, nigga.
I'm talking about black on.
Okay. So have you not ever heard of sole proprietorship?
I know. You. And look, I don't mean to rain on nobody parade, but I get it all the time. People be like, shout out your business. You know what I'm saying? So we can. You ain't got a business.
You gotta start.
Get yourself established.
I understand you big time.
Whoa.
I understand exactly.
Whoa.
That's just like, I got a friend on here right now. She bake cakes right in her kitchen. That don't mean that she don't one day hope to have her own
Bakery.
Yeah, we understand that. We understand.
No, you just
No, cause you just said that motherfucker slinging fish plates. Ain't no
business.
business.
just discourage her 'cause she feel like she taking away from the big black cake business.
What we need.
So what you?
She's trying to be a part of that.
So what she's taking away from Baskin Robbins?
Just because she trying
Trying
to
to sell out her house?
Cause you got your own restaurant. I'm trying to be a part of that shit too, nigga. What the fuck I supposed to be? Let me just go work for Tez.
Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah, that's what you want. You want all the shit. You sound like the white folk.
You sound like a Republican.
Yeah, you sound like the white folk.
Like, it's enough out here for everybody, but the Republicans don't believe that. No, nigga, you take away from me. Hell, and at the end of the day, you gonna spend your money. Why you wanna know why? Because America is for sale. And if you buy some land, get what?
You paying rent on
Get
it.
what? You gotta buy some water. Get what?
Understand?
You got to pay for something that's free. Water,
We gotta pay for water.
land will put here for free, but you got rent on it. Cause get what you got.
You need some running water. Get what? You gotta pay the
White man for it.
But I feel like
You want some electricity? You gotta goddamn get better man for it.
I'm just saying, I do feel
So
like.
what's the difference? Then you paying rent and
and
that motherfucker. You got them at borrowing. You really, and when you buy something, you really still borrowing it. Cause when they want to take that shit from you, get what they gonna do?
Don't pay your taxes and see what happens.
Hey, don't you got not paying taxes? Just say that. Hey, Ted,
Matter of fact, we want
give your
to.
ass-
No, I got one. We want to run a highway through him. You either sell it or we gonna take it.
Which one you gonna do?
You might want to take this money, cause otherwise you ain't gonna get shit if we take it.
Shit.
We do each other a disservice. I will say it again. We do each other a disservice when we don't establish ourselves, because we gotta look. This is what I'm talking about. The black dollar don't stay in the community no time.
I think it's what
It's 1,700 millionaires that are created every day.
where you get these facts from?
How many out of that number is black?
A lot.
No, it's not.
I'm telling you.
No, it's not.
Okay, hold on. First thing first, you say it's 1,700 millionaires created every day.
Every day.
Where did you get that number from?
Do your research.
No, don't do my nigga. You put it out there. Where you get that number from?
I did research on it.
Where did you get it from?
Okay, well, you did all that research and
You didn't think to save it? Where you came
I'm
from?
not saving. You didn't think to see how many of them were black. You just.
I knew.
You should have got that.
That's what I'm saying.
I know how many of them black.
Okay,
How many of them black then?
10.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Man, this nigga done made some shit up out the top of his goddamn head. First thing first, it's like this, man. True enough, yeah, we have to get established. But at the same time, you gotta have a start somewhere. You gotta have a start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of motherfuckers
Like
that's
podcast gonna say y'all need to stop what y'all doing. Y'all taking our viewers away.
yeah.
Nigga, we trying to get up there with your stupid ass.
I'm telling you, like, oh, y'all need to stop y'all pocket. Come join ours. Come join our podcast. We'll make you bigger.
You got all the
Come on, man.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. That's what you're
I
saying.
said
I just
stop
dumb it down what you
taking
said.
the
I understand what you
focus
said.
away from somebody that's really trying to establish themselves as a business.
How they not trying to establish themselves as a business?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Let's just be honest. Ain't we all
Keep
trying
on
to?
eating these goddamn greens out these goddamn motherfucking folk house.
Huh?
I got fish plates. You got the cat crawling over these goddamn motherfuckers. I'm talking about in motherfucker establishment where you got the motherfucker get goddamn it inspected.
White
You
man.
paying taxes.
White man.
Well, hell, this is the system. I'm just saying, I'm going about it the right way.
So let me ask you a
I'm
question.
trying to get to where you at.
Hold on.
I'm trying.
Let me ask you. You ain't
Man,
you ain't
that
never got your hair cut from a nigga that sit on their front porch and cut his hair. Cut her.
Everybody have.
But
Okay, so get
you
what
need
get what he
to
trying to
worry
do.
about his ass.
So get what I'm saying. So the health department had to go inspect him before you get your hair cut, or you just got your hair cut?
And yeah, I I mean,
No.
what I'm
Answer the
saying-
question, Nick.
What I'm saying is, we need to support these businesses that are struggling. Black businesses that are struggling, that are trying to come up and make a difference. You know what I'm saying? And we got so much static in the way.
You
that
contradicting
can't even
everything you saying.
Oh God, you really can't.
You
get
you
mad.
contradicting
That
everything you
That
just
mean
said.
You need to get your. You can't get mad at your boy because he booming with the fish plate.
That's what I'm saying. You can't get mad because he ain't got an
Cook better
LLC.
fish.
Or
If
he
he
ain't got.
had better fish
Hey,
for the right price.
Don't
Yeah.
call it a business.
Okay, fuck it. I'm getting money. Fuck it, I'm getting money.
that's
crazy.
very Republican.
But don't come
in that
over here
mind.
I'll
ask
come
me
fuck with you too.
Hey, don't come over here ask me and
But
mine
now-
I
for
like
shit.
a good hood fish plates.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You just told
Nah,
me to
you
stop
just said,
cooking
yeah,
off
nigga,
first.
stop selling fish plates if
I
you
mean,
ain't
know what I'm
established.
saying? Once you get in business, you'll understand.
Of course, I understand, but I also understand the competition. That's what I'm saying. You got, it's all level to this shit. Like,
Yeah,
you can look at-
that.
You
If
can
my
look at the
fish ain't
big
no
time
good, whether I
companies.
got a business or not.
You gotta look at the big time companies. You think Coca-Cola got mad at Big K?
No.
Hell no.
Nigga, they ain't fucking with us. They ain't studying that shit. Matter of fact, I give you something that goddamn we talked about a while back. Where you were talking about, you know what I'm saying, for like motherfuckers doing t-shirts. Nigga, it don't matter what the fuck they put on there. You think Nike gonna come fuck with them because they put a Nike sign on their shit? They small. Nike don't give a fuck about them.
That's what I told you.
I ain't say you told me that shit, nigga. I said we were talking about a motherfucker that we actually.
No, that's what the fuck I told you.
Bruh.
Keep going.
But I'm just saying, you contradicting everything that you saying.
That's a small business owner.
Pray for me. Pray
That's
for
a
me.
small business.
You know what I'm saying?
owner.
But at the end of the day,
At the end of the day, it's like this, bro.
at the end of the day,
If you want your own,
get your. I don't mind. I mean, I understand. People need to get their hustle on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I
He done
think
made
it
it
take
big
away
time.
the.
Hey.
I think it take away the.
you
focus.
put your goddamn foot in your mouth. That's what you done
hold
did.
on,
No.
hold on, time about Sipp City fans. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about us putting a nigga business out there, cause nigga gonna put his own business out there. You just gotta listen. Tez is letting y'all know that he ain't on our level no more. He is big time now.
That nigga ain't big
That
time.
nigga bigger time now, man.
That
So,
nigga
hey,
ain't big
listen,
time.
When you get there, listen. When we get there, when we get big time like Tez, we'll probably have a different perspective.
But see, now why would I just say? I just said that nigga ain't big
Man,
time,
Let me
right?
hold something.
I'm not big time, but you know what I'm saying.
You got big pockets.
Hey,
Mr. Big Face.
it is
Mr.
what-
Big Face.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying.
Shout out to Big Face Records back in the Gap.
Hell, I'm trying to come up. I'm trying to eat.
That's what we were just saying a few
We all
minutes
trying
ago.
to eat.
Excuse me. Everybody trying to eat.
Somebody said invest in their business.
What you got?
Cake, she didn't want to do cakes. She do cakes all the
I
time.
can't
Cakes.
invest. I can't invest in a business.
Oh, but you want?
Man, want to keep the black dollar.
Yeah.
I bet soon he get ready to go buy a cake that time. He ain't gonna fuck with nobody.
No, he going to Baskin Robbins like a motherfucker. Get an ice cream
I
cake.
He
could-
going
I
to the
couldn't-
Post Ration out there in Brandon.
Motherfucker doing fondue cakes and shit.
We got. You know, I got some stuff in the works.
Yeah, you ain't got shit. But wait a minute, I'm hating though because I say you ain't got shit.
Yeah,
That's how we
that
do
was-
it in the
that-
black
that
community.
was- that
It's the
was-
crabs and the bear mentality where we do that to each other. But on some real shit, that's what I'm trying to tell you about when you say a motherfucker that's slanging fish plates out the house. How many times you done seen a motherfucker church do a fish plate sale just to benefit the church?
Time out. How many church you see ain't even in church? They on the side.
They on the side of the road. They ain't even in the church yard. They in the deacon yard out there selling fish plate.
Yeah, well, how you
But
know
they
it's all
doing
the
it,
big?
but
Get
look-
what?
but look
The
what they
church
doing.
around the corner, like, look at the motherfuckers.
Yeah, now you got the Presbyterian church over here. Them niggas selling fish plates.
Look at that good offering them folks giving out there. They supposed to be
They don't make no goddamn sense. Now here they got catfish, but we got pan trout. Fuck all that shit.
for the building.
They finna ride on this church.
The motherfucker ain't even put a door knob up.
Ain't for shit up, but real talk, man. Listen, all my young folks that aspiring to be
Well,
business
yeah, I
owners.
mean,
listen,
I don't
you
wanna
gotta start
discourage
somewhere.
nobody
Hold
from
on.
doing
It ain't all peaches and cream. You gotta start somewhere.
My thing,
If you gotta
I'm
start in your car, cause that's all you got.
nigga, Masterpiece started
Listen,
slinging
man.
records out the trunk of his car.
Listen, it can happen. You will be big time, like my guy Ted to my right. Because guess what? He ain't just start off big time. You see what I'm saying? He had to work his way up. And that's just how it be, man. When you on the bottom, you know what I'm saying? You got a different perspective from the people that's on the top. That's just how it is. We ain't got the same. He ain't got our problem because he big time. He ain't got no small business problem.
No,
we
no,
got.
player now.
He
Nigga.
got big time business.
Yeah.
Big time business problems. You see what I'm saying? He ain't got small on the.
This
small
nigga
business on the
got
problem.
lawyers and shit.
This nigga got all type of shit, man.
You know what I'm
I gotta
saying?
Respect game.
I need y'all to come to court with me. The woman that sued me.
This nigga got lawyers and shit. We ain't got no lawyers.
Y'all need to come be my. Y'all need.
If
to
you
come
making
be
t-shirts in your living
witness.
room, get what? It's all good.
Hey,
One day you
get
gon-
your hustle
One
on.
day you gonna have your own boutique or your own store. You gonna do your thing. You gonna
Only
have
thing
your-
I'm saying is let's get some more unique. I guess what I'm trying to say is let's try some more unique opportunities instead of everybody.
I'm just
trying
saying,
to do
okay.
the same
If
thing.
you go to Captain D's, right? Captain D's getting rich off that nasty ass fish,
All right.
and you know your fish way better than Captain D's.
Why not start the goddamn
Why
selling fish?
not?
I mean, you tell me all the time I need to open up a restaurant.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No.
Why not? Captain D's garbage as hell, man.
I'm doing this for a specific reason.
Motherfucker, stop.
No, I'm doing it for a reason. Because the thing is, when you telling motherfuckers to not sell fish plates out their house because they not supporting or they impeding on somebody else's business, that's hating too, nigga. Let them sell their fish plate. Let them do their hair in the kitchen if they want to. If that's how they getting their dollar, let them get it.
America do it all the time.
All the time.
Look at picture of
I
her.
regress.
You know what I'm saying?
I regress.
You gotta keep that. We gonna have to.
No, nigga.
I regress. Can I motherfucker not backtrack?
My baby girl say her cake's shitting on Sam's. So yeah, shopping at Sam's. You need to get with my girl here on live, and if you're black, fuck Sam's, man. I don't give a fuck about you. They probably putting all type of cocaine.
Well, shit, what's
in
her
the
cake
motherfucking
business?
cake.
Shout it out.
I don't know. I just know her Instagram name. You know what I'm saying?
Tell her put a cake business on there. Let's shout that bitch out.
Come into business.
Shout the
name.
cake business out. Baby
Come in.
girl, I'm gonna
Hey,
fuck
come
with
into t-shirt business. Come in, whatever you got going on. We're gonna shout
Shit,
out
shout
right
that
there.
shit out.
We finna shout out everything.
Shit, I shout my own shit out. Designer tees. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Hell, we
Tiz
shout.
ain't gonna show you no love.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Sip City Podcast.
I just showed love.
I'm gonna put you.
I just showed love.
Cakes by the pound, y'all. fuck
Cakes
with
by the pound. And matter of fact, I done heard of cakes by the pound.
he lying.
No, I ain't lying. I know
He
somebody.
lying.
No, true told. I actually know somebody
He
that got a
lying.
cake from.
You ain't bought now.
No, I ain't bought no cake 'cause I don't buy.
Let me
I
get a
don't buy
motherfucker-
cakes like
let me
that.
get a motherfucking,
But
let me
I mean,
get a
I ain't saying that I
motherfucking,
won't though. Cakes by the
Get a
pound.
motherfucking pound cake.
You know what I'm saying? I actually have heard about cakes by the pound. I have. That shit. That
Sour
shit is actually
cream
good.
Pound cake. What the ticket on there? I cash out.
We got pressed by Chels. You feel me? Y'all need some shirts done. Pressed by Chels. She gonna get you right. You feel me?
You know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
fuck with
Shit.
us, man. We small time, but we coming up. You feel me? One day y'all gonna see these names.
So,
somewhere
back
big
on this shit.
billboards and commercials and shit, man.
I got this right here because we left on break and we had to come back to this whole Drew Brees comment. And I'm finna get on your ass about that Drew Brees comment because I ain't like that statement you just made.
Damn, y'all. I mean, I've been off for a minute.
Oh, no, I'm on your ass right now.
Goddamn groove.
Nah, my thing is like
God
this.
damn.
You say he can say whatever he
You gonna
want to
fuck up
say.
sometime,
Yeah.
huh?
I fuck up every night.
You say Drew Brees can say whatever he want as long as he
I
goddamn
didn't
in
say
it.
he could say whatever he wanted.
You said Drew Brees said what he said, but fuck it, we need him. Come on, Drew. Get on ship.
I
Fuck
said-
Drew
I
Brees.
kind of agree with that too now.
I said
Well, you agree with what?
that we
Can't
need
use his ass.
all
Fuck
the
him.
motherfuckers to get
I mean,
on.
fuck him now. Fuck him.
I mean,
Wait.
fuck him, but we need this movement to keep moving.
The movement is ours. Why do we need this motherfucker that already done spoke his heart and say he ain't goddamn down with a motherfucker that kneel for the flag because it's unpatriotic because his forefathers fought for this
He
country.
thought he didn't need and like black people until they got on his ass.
This motherfucker been
And he realized, oh shit.
the NFL, the NBA is 75% minority.
I'm not going to alienate
I will alienate Drew
Anybody.
Brees.
that is trying to help push this cause forward.
Only reason that motherfucker
Because
pushing it
we
forward
have-
is because he had to come back and
You talking
apologize.
about Drew Brees, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about the white protesters that are out there on the front lines in every city that's out there holding signs. They marching. They doing everything.
You said
how
where
many
from-
protests you been to?
You say, nigga, how many you been to?
I just asked you a question.
No, I asked you a question.
Don't ask a question.
I can answer your question with a question.
How many I been to? Goddamn, how many I been to?
Don't ask the
This,
question with a question.
this is our protest right here. Sipp City Podcast is the way we protest to the people because we can reach numbers too.
But then you gonna say this is our cause. But then you got people out there that's fighting for your cause.
You got different genres of people. No, wait a minute. But now you the same motherfucker that's talking about.
Now we do need to get out there, more people out there.
I will say that. I will say that. But it's one thing about this right here. True. We should be out there, but we ain't out there like that.
No, y'all ain't out there like that.
You went to a protest. Okay, my
But
guy.
y'all need to be out there like that.
But now let's put it like this right here. What I'm trying to say is like this right here. I'm not talking about the people that are actually out there on the front line protesting. I'm talking about motherfuckers that cherry pick off of the fucking call because they came back and said some shit that they ain't have no business saying. Now all of a sudden they came back and they want to apologize and we accept their ass back into the community. That's why I use the statement to say, hold on, wait a minute.
Okay,
that's why I say black folks are the most forgiving race to everybody outside of themselves. But Drew Brees wasn't even a fucking day in before he came back and apologized. And, okay, Drew, we accept it. Fuck Drew Brees.
But
he came out and spoke his heart from the beginning.
I understand that, but at the end of the day, if he go out there and protest, he still has done more than you. And that's crazy.
So you mean to tell me a motherfucker that is openly racist?
I'm just saying, if he go out there and just simply support our people, he has still done more than you. And that's a damn shame. You should not let a motherfucking racist white person do more for your cause than you do.
Let me put it like this. Because my shit ain't got to be broadcast what the fuck I do. Just because I do it, I do it. Now, this is my thing. You went to a protest. Okay, cool. You went to a protest. That's fine.
I'm not being combative with you.
No,
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying. But you brought the statement up to say that a motherfucker that
it wasn't an attack.
No, I'm not saying it's an attack. What I'm saying is like this right here. Whatever I do does not have to be broadcast because what I do is I do what I do behind closed doors because I don't have to put my shit out in the forefront. But I'm like this right here. I'm still not gonna be accepting of a motherfucker that can make a statement to say I will not respect the motherfucker that kneel for the flag, and then all of a sudden come back and give an apology, and then boom, now he back in the fold. Oh, he back invited to the barbecue, as they like to say. No, that's some fucked up shit.
Because he still had done more than you, though.
What has he done besides apologizing?
He made a statement, and if he didn't put his money up, if he put his money up and he got them and start supporting our cause, you guys, let's look at facts. You know what I'm saying? That's just us. I ain't speaking on y'all. I ain't attacking just you. Let's just say us. You got people that's of the opposing team that's doing
I'm not knocking him.
Hold on, Terry, let me finish. You get so defensive, and I don't like that. Just calm down. It's about all of us. We all are in this same seat. We cannot let them do more for our movement than we doing for our own self. You got white people. You got white people out here. You got white people giving their money. You got white people that doing this, and we just ain't doing shit. But talking on this damn microphone.
Let me ask you this.
We gotta do something, dude.
All and out.
If we serious, go ahead.
All and out racists that came back and said, "Look, I was wrong. I'm motherfucking backtracking. I can't take back what I've done, but from now on, I'm taking back and I'm standing with the cause." Are you gonna say no? We don't want you over here. Stay back where the fuck you was at.
Are you asking me?
So you saying a person cannot?
You can't ask me a question and tell me what I'm saying.
Okay, let me ask a question.
So, in my personal opinion, if you have done wrong and you have done me and my people wrong, you're still wrong. That's the same thing that a motherfucker that would say about America. They want America to come back and apologize for slavery. But if they apologize for slavery, is it enough? No, because we still want our just due. That was my forefathers that did it. I didn't do it. So what? You tied to them. So, going into what you saying is, if you fucking up, your people have fucked up, you fall in line with the fucked upness too.
You didn't answer the question.
The question was, do I accept them or do I not accept them?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
No, hold on. Let me answer this question. No, I don't. Because if you have been so fucked up in the past, now all of a sudden you came to a revelation. Oh, I was wrong back then. Did that change anything that you did back then? No. Then all of a sudden you killed my motherfucking brother, and all of a sudden I'm sorry for that. His life don't come back for that.
Can I ask my question? Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna put it in a different perspective. Let's just say, my family, your family, have been neighbors for 30, 40 years, and you know what I'm saying. My granddaddy slapped your granddaddy. My daddy slapped your daddy. You know what I'm saying? And I just be like, man, I don't, and then me and you meet. Is it my fault?
Is it your fault that your dad and your granddad slapped my people?
Are you gonna be mad at me and be like, if I come to you and be like, man, you know what, my daddy and granddaddy, man, they was on some more shit, man, I'm with you, bro. I'm fucking with you, bro. Let's be neighbors how we supposed to be neighbors.
I can see that in two ways. If we speaking of it from black to black,
No,
I might. Hold on. If we speaking of it from black to black,
Man to man.
man to man. Okay, let's just say man to man. No race into it, right?
Listen to you, but he don't listen to me like a motherfucker.
All right. You say man to man, no race. He say speaking on this for his daddy slapped my daddy, his granddaddy slapped my granddaddy, right? That is a physical gesture that some people might feel like you can't come back from. But that's something that could be apologized for that you can move on from.
No,
Wait a minute, hold on.
I can understand why you don't fuck with my daddy or you don't fuck with my granddaddy because they slapped your dad and they slapped your granddad. You see what I'm saying? And I be like, you know, and I come to you, man to man, like, bro, my dad and my granddad, they ain't had to do all that. You see what I'm saying? Let's be neighbors. How we supposed to be neighbors? You telling me you just gonna reject it?
In my honest opinion, yeah.
I mean, that's your right. That's your right to
Yeah.
reject it.
Because I still feel like it's an ulterior motive behind it.
For sure.
Why would I be? We done had all this turmoil for all the year, and then all of a sudden me and you come together. Because I don't know where exactly your mind state at. You might say you coming that way.
Okay, let's just do it. I do a better one for you. I say, you know what? You might not. I be like, bro, you know what? I expected that response from you. You know what I'm saying? I expected you to reject me.
Okay.
Because I know not only did my people fucked up, I fucked up for really just, you know what I'm saying? Really just downplaying what the fuck you done been through and your people done been through. So guess what? I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. You know what? I'm just gonna. What you need, bro? What you need help with? I got you, bro. You gonna reject it?
You talking about on a singular level?
Yeah, on a single. Let me help your cause, bro. What you got, bro?
On a singular level,
Let me
I'm
help your cause.
gonna be like, hey, if you really want to help,
I'm asking, no, not that. Are you gonna reject it, or are you gonna? What you just said? Do you really want help? That's not rejection. Are you gonna be like, hey, bro, I don't need your help, bro? Or are you gonna be like, hey, bro, you really want to help?
in my honest,
one you gonna be
in my honest opinion, I'm gonna reject it.
For sure. I mean, that's you.
That's just me.
This is the thing.
That's you.
Now
That's why I wanted to break it down to see where your head and I go ahead. I know you on the opposite turn.
Well, no, I'm just that example you use. You know what I'm saying? From somebody slapping.
It's kind of give and take on that, but
you know what I'm saying. You slapped my dad.
I mean, it just.
but I got what you were meaning though.
Now,
I got you.
Look, but when we go down in history, and we look how we was brutalized, hung, murdered, raped, killed. I seen
Pillaged.
somewhere where they used little black babies as alligator bait in swamps.
Down in Louisiana, bottom of Mississippi, Alabama,
We was ridiculed.
Florida.
And all of the above. All the above.
Some shit is
But
unforgivable.
now you come and you say that was them.
That wasn't me.
Ain't had nothing to do with me.
No, no. Let me
I ain't
give
talking
you a
about
different
your.
perspective.
I ain't talking about your
My
example,
people
D.
are wrong.
I'm not talking about your example, D. I'm just saying. Now, like Terrence said before, we are we are the most forgiving race on the planet. Anybody else is race. They still be trying to get some get back. Every damn chance they get. I had a uncle served in the military, honorary discharge, only to come back to Philadelphia, Mississippi,
To not even get a job.
and lose his life at the hands of a racist white man.
See what a lot of us are not paying attention to when that statement is being made that we cannot be forgiven to it. We can be forgiven to it, but at the same time, when just acknowledging it is not enough. You also gotta have the wherewithal to say, I gotta give up my privilege too. They don't give up their privilege, even though they might apologize.
You can't. Come on, bro. I don't expect nobody to do no shit.
I'm not
like that,
expecting
though.
them to do it. Expectation is one thing.
That's crazy. That just makes no sense.
But once
It's not
again,
realistic.
But you gotta own it. You gotta make amends.
now I give you on that. Own it, make amends. Own it to make amends is I'm taking accountability for the actions that happened before me because I have benefited from it. And to make amends from it is, that's why I say you got to be like, oh, now I got to figure out how can I make this shit right. They will take and say, we're sorry for slavery. Some of them will, not everybody. But they're not trying to make it right.
This shit bigger than just slavery.
I'm just talking about like,
they sorry for slavery, and then we don't need you to be sorry for slavery.
yeah, we do.
We need you to be sorry for for all the shit you done did, not just slavery.
See, slavery.
Because
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You go into a deeper definition when you talk about slavery, but I'm just saying like all the bullshit they done did. They need to really pay for this shit. And
Slavery was the culprit. But then after that, you had all of the injustices.
You had Willie Lynch, even though they try to not say Willie Lynch is not a real letter. You had King Leopold, which came before Willie Lynch. King Leopold III that controlled the Congo said that if you want to control the black race or the black people, first thing you must do is take away their God. You take away their God and you take away their language, you got all control. That's why we are 3/5 of a human being, because that's what they took. They took away our language and they took away our God. Then trickle it down to the Willie Lynch syndrome. Then trickle it down to Jim Crow. Foot has been on our neck for a long time.
Jim Crow, civil rights, even to this day,
Crack epidemic.
even redlining.
Redlining.
Crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they've done.
School to prison pipeline.
Everything.
Yeah, DARE program.
All this shit, man. They need to
Super
pay for all
predator.
this shit, bro. See what I'm saying? This shit bigger than just slavery. They got all this shit
But see, it's
against us. And if they want, listen, if they want to join that fight to help us, bro, I mean, we gotta be smart. I know we want to be emotional sometimes. If we can, but I'm gonna tell you, white people, you gotta do something to make us trust you now. We're not just gonna let you in just like that. Now I'm sorry. I do believe we gotta put some criteria on it. And Drew Brees, that statement you made, you looking like kind of iffy now.
nah, ain't no iffy. You're bitchy.
You're looking real iffy, but you know, if you can right your wrong with my people, then you know what I'm saying. It's up to my people. It ain't up to me, my nigga. If my people don't accept you, then I don't accept you.
Tell me
I'm
something.
talking about Drew Brees. I'm talking about Tom Brady
Tell me something,
with
Ted.
the "Make America Great Again" hat and his daggone
Then
logo.
and then went up to see Trump. Hung out with
Yeah.
it. Now, let me ask you something. I want to ask you a certain question on something. If you can have white people or the dominant society go up with guns and rifles and take over a certain government establishment to fight for their rights, but then you got these white people that sit over here or the certain dominant society that's out on the streets with us protesting, what stops them from going to that certain government official's house with those rifles and saying the same thing for our cause? If they really down with our cause, That's what I'm asking.
We gotta be willing to do that for our own damn self.
You got us that's willing to do it.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
We gotta do that for ourselves.
We gotta do that shit for
But
ourselves.
this is the fucking shit I'm talking about, and I really don't want to get this bitch no motherfucking airtime.
Fuck her. Say her name.
But that motherfucking bitch,
Laura Ingram.
Candace Owens.
Oh, Candace Owens. Hey,
this
look.
is the epitome
Of crabs in a barrel.
of just the worst type of Negro.
I ain't gonna call her Negro. Look, we shouldn't put ourselves down. But I'm gonna say this right here out of my mouth. Candace Owens, you are a funky, down to nothing, scum of the earth ass bitch to come back and be like, you know what I'm saying? You can't come back and say what you said about George Floyd like that. I'm just saying.
She's a fucking.
What'd she say?
Man, this motherfucker came back and was like, well, I don't.
Trying to make the black community, trying to make George Floyd
Our
like a
hero,
martyr in the
this.
face of this and
The face of racism.
Everything George Floyd done did.
And I ain't mentioned not one time how this motherfucker kept his knee on the back of George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46
I
seconds.
don't give a fuck what George Floyd did.
It don't warrant you killing him.
You killed him like an animal in the street. His life meant nothing.
And then your edge is fucked up too, bitch. I seen it. Like motherfucker snatch your braids out. Stinking asshole.
Who the fuck is this hoe?
You don't know who Candace?
Hell nah, who the fuck
Come
this
on,
bitch
bro.
is?
Man, Candace on crazy as a motherfucker, man.
Hey, show me a picture real quick. Who
We'll
this
show
bitch
some
is?
shit in a minute.
Oh, I just need to see a picture. 'Cause
We'll
you know
show
I ain't
some
good.
shit.
Y'all know I'm not good with names. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she
Who the
is
fuck is this
fucking-
bitch?
she
Shit,
is-
this bitch, she trended. Don't get me wrong, she trended.
she's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? But in the same instance, and I like Ted say, I don't want to get that bitch no airtime. But I'm gonna give her some airtime, cause bitch, you need this airtime. I'm gonna give it to you. You need this motherfucker airtime with your funky ass. Hope your uterus fall out when you step out your vehicle, bitch.
Damn.
She's funky.
Hold on, I need to see a picture of this motherfucker. She done
She
fucked
is
up.
fucked up, bro.
She is canceled.
She is the worst.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest.
That's the bitch.
I'm gonna be.
She is
What
the-
does she do?
This bitch ain't shit. She just motherfucker came out and started speaking to George Floyd. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Don't even show that.
No, I'm showing it.
on the shit.
Bitch, you want me? Come see me.
She been speaking.
With your cockeyed
She been
ass.
speaking out to the conservative policies and on speaking up on Donald Trump, really basically putting down, you know what I'm saying, the black community, and you know what I'm saying. To me she's just a white woman with black skin.
No, she ain't even no white woman with black skin.
And back to Drew Brees, because we need to start talking about this bitch, because I don't like her already. Drew Brees really kind of did help our cause, though.
No, he did.
You
No,
know
he
what I'm
did.
saying? Because what he did, kind of, they started taking the black cancellation serious as motherfucker. People did not want to get canceled, bro. When they were saying, "Oh, Drew Brees canceled, so and so, Taco Bell was canceled," blah blah blah. Get what? Everybody just started coming out.
I'm gonna say something even on that shit.
Me.
Hey, I know we running a
They
little.
got scared. Hold on, they got scared as a motherfucker of them cancellations.
Yeah.
Motherfucker was screaming who was canceled. Everybody cancel them. They were like, "Oh Lord, let me get put out of state."
But that's the power we got.
That's the power we
some
got,
power that
goddamn.
we can
We
wield.
do- we got the
Boy,
speak.
they was scared of that shit.
Now it just
NFL came out and said they were wrong.
and they bullshitting too.
God damn.
Let's just keep it real. I like Shannon Sharp. Don't get me wrong, but now for Shannon Sharp to have that conversation with Drew Brees and try to give him an explanation of what he did wrong. Drew Brees know what the fuck he did wrong. He know what the fuck going on out here. Now, Shannon, I love you to death, bro. And I know you big as shit, so if you ever saw me in the airport, nigga, don't run up on me. But you should have told that
Man, we
motherfucker
gotta
about this
support
shit.
him, man. We gotta support him, bro.
I'm telling you, you should have told that motherfucker about this
probably
shit.
wanna
Now,
do it.
Shannon Sharp been talking some good shit. Don't get me wrong, but you should have goddamn put that motherfucker in their play.
You
You
probably
had
would've did
motherfucker.
it
What was it?
either,
What's the motherfucker? Michael Thomas? Not Michael Thomas. Alvin Kamara. What's the
Michael
wide
Thomas,
receiver?
too.
Michael Thomas. You know what I'm saying? You had all them
Michael
motherfuckers getting on Drew Brees' ass.
He got on Drew Brees' ass too.
He did, but he didn't get on Drew Brees' ass like I would have
Yes,
preferred.
He did.
I'm saying
He
I
got
would have
on
preferred.
his ass.
They got on his ass.
He got on his
On the show. I'm talking about the phone call.
Even after Malcolm Jenkins put out the video he did, he still had a conversation with Drew Brees.
Yeah, I ain't saying that it can't be reconciled. I'm saying
That's
is
what you
make
said, that's what he did.
no make a motherfucker know what you did wrong.
I mean, I don't know what you want the man to do.
Do-
Who?
God
That's
damn. What
what I'm
else?
saying. That's why I say if you
What
put
else you want him to do?
if
Kiss my shoe.
if you put yourself in that situation, you probably did the same thing. Shannon. This man heard you. You just bashed him on TV. He heard you. You got it's just like now.
I feel like it was a forced apology.
It was, but at the same time, you still got his attention. You bashed him on TV. You took him down through there, and he want to reach out to you so we can let's talk like men.
Let me figure out what.
Okay, because you know
what I'm
why?
saying? I can
Because Shannon
respect
Sharp
it,
is
bro.
part of one of the biggest shows that hits TV.
Nah, Shannon Sharp, he just I don't think he could. I don't think it was
What you watch more, Undisputed or First Take?
Undisputed. And because of Shannon Sharp though.
I know. Why you think he reached out to Shannon Sharp?
Because Shannon
He didn't
Sharp
reach
was
out to Skip
tearing
Bayless.
No, Shannon Sharp was going dumb.
He
though.
was. Skip Bayless went hard on
Sharp
too,
was
but he didn't reach out to Skip
dumb.
Bayless though, did he?
Probably reach
No,
out to both.
No, he didn't
No,
reach out to both of
He
them.
didn't reach out to Skip because he realized reaching out to Shannon was the same way
That
as
was,
reaching
the,
out
that
to
was the
Skip.
way to do it.
Nah, that's just reaching out to the black community because the black
I'd rather
community
him,
watch
I'd rather him
Undisputed.
reach out to Shannon than reach out to Skip. We would have been complaining still. Why he
We
reached
still
out to Skip?
complaining.
No, you complaining.
I know I'm complaining because I'm seeing the real behind this shit. Just like Jerry Jones just made the fucking statement.
We
Not
still gotta hold his feet to the fire.
you got to.
You know what I'm saying? But
He-
we
he
not
does
gonna
get a
just be
pass.
like, okay, fuck your apology.
And
Fuck
fuck
you,
your
we don't
money.
need your help. No,
No, I'm like
I'm
this.
just saying, put your money,
No.
not even put your money where your mouth is. I don't even fuck your money.
Put your money on your mouth.
Put your mouth on it.
No, I'm like this, brother. This me. If you speak from the heart from the beginning, then that's who you are. You show who you are from the beginning. No bullshit ass forced apology can come back and make me say, "Oh, you all right now." No, that ain't me. If you speaking from the heart from the beginning,
We gotta be realistic because we say a lot of shit on this show. We say a lot of shit, period, in the comfort of each other. But we still gonna go out there and treat the white man with respect. We ain't just gonna go out there just for no reason and be like, nigga, fuck you. He say, hey, how you doing? Get what you gonna say? Hey, how you doing?
Right.
So that does not.
That's not how
Let's
you
not
do
be.
I'm not
let's
saying
be
it.
realistic. Let's not just act like.
no. What I'm
Shannon
saying
Sharp
is,
is not a human being.
no, I'm not
And
talking about Shannon. now.
I'm not talking about. I'm just putting other ideas out there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't against you. It's just another perspective. You see what I'm saying? That just be and it's more realistic. Like you know what I'm saying? We say a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We say a lot of shit amongst each other, but yet we still go and do. You know what I'm saying? So
and you still move through our society.
you still got to do that. You see what I'm saying? He got to do the same.
Well,
We
Shannon
all
got to.
We all. You said what?
I said Shannon got to.
We all got to. You do too.
I mean, I ain't saying it is.
Everybody got to. Now that's not just be.
I'm not saying it.
I'm not gonna never ever like Drew Brees said. He said I will never respect somebody
That kneels for the
flag
or kneels for the national anthem.
or disrespect the flag
Yeah.
by kneeling. The biggest statement he can make is what? Is to kneel.
He kneeled before,
He has. But
It wasn't
that's what
doing
I'm
it.
saying.
It wasn't doing the national anthem. It was right before.
but he kneeled.
What I'm saying, that's the biggest statement that he can make.
No, the fuck it ain't. You know what the biggest statement Drew Brees can make? Fucking retire, get the hell out of the NFL, and a motherfucker put hands on his ass.
What's that gonna help though?
What it's gonna help? It's gonna show a motherfucker we ain't down with it.
No, you know who needed hands on their ass? What's the bitch name?
Candace Owens?
Somebody. No, not her.
Oh,
She gets.
Laura Ingram.
Oh, she need hands because she think this shit. She think the stigma. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. The stigma about black people, there is some truth to that shit. Go out there and slap a nigga if you want to. Go out there and go look LeBron James in his eye and tell him to shut up and dribble. Watch what he do to your ass. Matter of fact, he ain't gonna do shit. Watch what his wife do to your ass.
It ain't gonna even be
Watch
a
what
wife.
his mama do to your ass.
Now,
Don't
the mama-
think this
now,
shit
the
about
mama
black
might.
people just came up out the sky now. Don't think this shit just.
I told you we ain't our grandparents no more.
Shit. Man, your grandparents will get on her ass too. You said,
Shit.
what?
What?
Man, you don't get
But look
yourself.
how long ago that was when she told him to shut up and dribble.
Man, she just reset it, all this
All again, once she just said it. Why we ain't got her goddamn feet to the fire?
Oh, her feet to the. Do you know she nigga crazy?
Fox News ain't fired her.
Fox News is that's what they want. That's the message they want. That's the message they want to put out.
They want pushed.
Right.
All right, how long we gonna be?
But shit, we don't win. We finna shut it down. Tell you, give your final thought. D, give your final thoughts, and we gonna let this bitch ride.
Thank y'all for joining.
I mean, the climate that we're in is I feel like it's right. It's perfect for change. I mean, sustainable change. I mean, we need to keep holding these people to the fire, feet to the fire. You know what I'm saying? And get some sustainable change. We want change all across the board. We don't want no Band-Aid. We want this. We want it ripped apart.
Band-Aid don't fix no bullet wound.
Band-Aid does not fix a bullet wound. So we want it ripped apart. We want it. We want black people. I mean, we right now at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, we need to get our own. But we integrate, but we want to be equal. I do not want to live in a society where I got to raise up kids and they can be treated any kind of way just because of the color of their skin. I'll die first.
D, you got anything else to say?
Man, listen, I just say we got too much swag to be last and sad, man. Listen, be proud of who you is, man. And if that's worth putting your life online, put your life online. And if it ain't worth putting your life online, stay your ass in the house, man. Ain't no listen. Just because you don't agree with what's going on, don't mean you gotta come throw your salt on it. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's vote, whether it's protesting, whether it's goddamn it going and knocking the motherfucking brains out. Listen, don't knock the next man fight. You feel me? Don't knock the next man because, listen, you don't know what this man has been through. He tired of this shit, man. You feel me? Motherfucker ain't, you got some people who don't even know where to go vote at. It ain't their fault. It's just because it's just the environment they in. So you can't get mad if they tired of this shit, man. Listen, we at a time where we got to come together. But if you not going to come together, you can't be against us, bro. If you ain't going to get with it, you ain't got to be against it. You ain't got to throw salt. You feel me? And we going that way. Sipp to the podcast.
Already. All I'm going to say is like this right here. At the end of the day, I'm mashing for the rations, you dig? Don't try me like I'm a sample. Because I got your ass if you do. Drew Brees, fuck you. Donald Trump, I give you the same fuck you. Candace Owens, fuck you. And the rest of you motherfuckers that is not down with the program that's going on, it's the same fuck you. I don't really get down like this too much, but man, I'm just telling y'all, man, look, at the end of the day, you really want this shit to go right? Break your pride down and give up them economics like it's supposed to be. Give up that motherfucker shit like it's supposed to be. You promised us the 40 acres and a mule. We don't need the 40 acres and a mule. Give us our just due. Anybody else out there that want to join this fight, when you join this fight, realize that you standing behind us, not with us. Because we leading the cause. Always have, always will. At the end of the day, it's Sipp City Podcast. Like, subscribe, share. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We out this bit. T-E-Z, D White, Terrence. You already know how I go. Anybody else? Once again, Candace Owens. Fuck you, bitch.